have a wee walk. We're just going to have a walk up Carrock Fell, I think. We've just stopped at Stonehend's farm. It's parked here, which is on the on the road to Colbeck from Mooresdale. So first part of this route, just following this path here. As you can see, it's pretty distinct. So anyway, evening walk, nice evening walk with the dog. Looks quite steep, but we'll see how we get on. Hey buddy, yes. Come on in, good boy. So yes, so that's what we're doing today. Carrock Fell, be straight up, straight down, no faffing about in between. So just thought we'd stop here. This is a good point of reference for anybody. It's a bit of a sheepfold with a big rock in the corner. The path is just there. That's the path we're taking. Looks pretty steep. It goes under that little crag there, then up into that gully, and then onwards and upwards. So we've kind of zigzagged past the quarry there, which you can just kind of see below us. Zigzagged round it, then up to this point here, and now we're just going to head slightly this way and onto the path. So yeah, once you're on the path, that's it though. It's just plain sailing from there, like. Though steep. We're just going to go up this grass bank here. Come on, boy. Ah, you're all tangled up, aren't you? Look at you. Yes, you are. Bondage dog. Oh my, what a lad, ain't you? What a fella. There you go. Maniac. So yeah, so we're just going to join the path now. Or the path proper anyway. And there we go. So as you can see, it's reasonably distinct from here, though steep in parts. But once we get a bit further up, I'll switch the camera on again and get some views and what have you. Okay. Yeah, we're at the top of that bit of scree which you can see from the road. See, it's pretty steep. The path itself, well, you can come up the side of the scree there, but we actually used a bit of a path that's there. It looks well trodden, and I'll certainly be using that on the way down, because I don't want this lot coming after us. So yeah, that was quite steep, but not so bad as you'll have a heart attack or anything. And here we've got another fell walking coming after us. Right then, Scout, let's head on. Well, we've just got into the gully now. As you can see, it's still steep. There's a little flat bit here as a rest, but it continues up steep. So we're just going to continue up until we get into a flatter bit, and then I'll talk to you there. But you can see it's absolutely lovely in this gully. Absolutely gorgeous. Yeesh. So we'll keep on going, and like I say, when we get the chance, we'll have another crack with you. Here we are. We're at the top of of that gully. It does continue a bit up there, but the path comes away from it here. We're in heather. I hope we're not having to walk through heather, because the walk so far has been hard enough, to be honest. It's the pitch it's pretty steep. The path is strewn with debris, so if you're in a party, whoever's leading that party, be aware of that, because if you send a stone rolling, it's going to roll a long way and pick up a lot of speed, so be aware of that. The path ends in this kind of gully here, between the heather, you know, where it's kind of got worn away, but apart from that, the rest of it is hard as buggery, I think is probably the word. So we're going to push on the path here. When we get to the top, I'll probably look for a better way down, because the steepness here is, like I say, it's just going to take us ages to get down. It'd be better to go by a more circular route, which might be that path there actually, but we'll have a look when we get up on the summit. Views wise, well, take a look for yourself. You know, it's beautiful, isn't it? You know, which I suppose is one advantage of gaining height so quickly. But yeah, it's the south of Carrock Fell over there. I don't know if you can see that, and the tarn's probably there as well, is it? I can't see it from here though, but we'll see it from the summit, no doubt. So we're going to push on. If there's anything interesting on the way, I'll let you know about it. But so far, hard work, very hard work, very steep, very hard work. So be aware of that if you're coming up here. You need to be a lot fitter than I am. Hey, okay, so catch you at the summit. So just another point of reference on this path. There's an old sheepfold, I would say, just on the way. The path through the heather, you can't really see it from here, but it's fairly distinct. You won't go wrong. There's one or two sheep paths come off it, but apart from that, if you keep to the worn path, you know, the well-worn path, the wider path, you'll have no problems up to here anyway. So yeah, so another point of reference, as I say, is a sheepfold here. When you get here, if you bear right, this looks like the right path. It's certainly the most worn path. So yeah, it's because there is another sheep path that goes off left, which I thought I'd better warn you about. So next stop will be the fork in the path. There is a fork in the path here, so I need to point that out, so when we get there I'll point it out. We're at that intersection, or what was supposed to be an intersection of the paths, but it doesn't look like it's there, or it's overgrown with heather. So I'm just going to follow the path that I can see, which looks to me like it's gone pretty much straight up on the GPS. So yeah, so just a point. There was a rock on your left hand side as you come up through the heather, and it looks so angular, so A-shaped. It almost looks like a trig point. So that's a point of interest on the way up, but it's a long way off the path, about 100 yards off the path. Where you going, son? Are you going rock climbing? Eh? You going rock climbing? So we're not too far from the summit now, and like I say, I'm just following the main path, which goes through these rocks and what have you. It neither goes left nor right. This just seems to go straight up. So it won't be long before we're on the summit, judging by that. So we'll see you there. Here we are. We're on the east summit. That's the cairn there, I think. And like I say, that path was supposed to divide into two, but there was absolutely no sign of that. So obviously those paths have fallen into disrepair and been overgrown, whatever, as people have just made their way straight to the summit. And you do that just coming through these boulders. The path through is pretty fairly straightforward. So summit tower there, I think, and that's where we're going to head now. Come on, bugger lugs, we're getting some food in a minute. Woo-hoo. So yeah, so it's took an hour, set off at 6:15, 7:15 now. Take another hour to get down, and I would say if I go down by that route, is definitely going to have to take care heading down there, like. But you can see the views are beautiful. Got Carrock Tarn in background there, Helvellyn, then Catherine, of course, and yeah. But we'll talk a bit more about the views when we get to the summit. so that'll be a couple of minutes. Here we are on the summit of Carrock Fell should I say, and I have to say it was hard work getting up here, but it's worth it. It's definitely worth it, and probably one of the most interesting summits I've ever been on, what with the remains of the fort and all the walls around the place. It's lovely, and the views, well, you know what I mean, it's I like this part of the world. It's not as, you know, it doesn't appeal to us as much as Langdale, it has to be said, but take a look at that for a view. Isn't that beautiful? You've got the Caldview River there, you've got Bowscale Tarn, just so you can't actually see the tarn, but just in there you can see that sort of lip just behind there, that's where the tarn is. You've got Bowscale Fell, of course, both summits there. Ranadale Crags leading up to Lancathra, and then of course in the distance over there we've got Skiddaw Little Man, Skiddaw proper, and over here we've got High Pike, and I'm assuming that one there is not, I don't know, it might not be, but I'll have a look at the map in a minute and maybe talk a bit about that. But yeah, what a view, what a view. And of course we've got two views, although you can't see Penrith because it's quite hazy tonight. You can't really see the Pennines, but yeah, what a nice place to be. It's lovely up here. I'm really impressed. I would say this is going to go down as one of my favourite peaks, having never been here before. This is beautiful, this is absolutely stunning. Of course it does make a difference that it's a lovely evening as well, but yeah, and you know what's going to make it even better? Food. So after that climb I definitely need some food. Here son, come on, good boy. Come on then, he's a good boy. Come on. Oh, you're stuck in rocks again, are you? Come on then. There we go. There we go. So yeah, as you can see, there's a huge cairn here. I perched atop of this load of rock. Over there you can kind of see there's a good bit of the wall to see. Comes round here. That's part of the old fort, Roman I would assume, though I don't know that for certain. But you can see why they put it here. My gum, what an advantageous view. Yeah, so we're going to have a sit here and we're going to have some food. So we'll see you shortly. So from the summit of Carrock Fell, take care. Careful, don't knock the camera down. Oh, you have to, didn't you? So here we are, summit of Carrock Fell again, just a bit of a crack, and despite the initial climb I have to say it's been well worth it. It's been well worth it coming up here. It's a lovely place, especially on an evening like this. So he's leaving again, look. He's off his heed like. Aren't you, kid? You're off your heed. So yeah, so but do be aware it is a hard climb up here if you're coming up from Mooresdale sort of area. Can't remember the name of the farm now, but yeah, but that route straight up is pretty difficult, and it looks like, for the most part anyway, I'm going to be going down that way, but there is a cut off which avoids that gully, which is very steep, but it does rejoin the path. But to be quite honest, it looks like it goes through some crags anyway, so I'll probably just go straight down the way I came. There is another route up from Mooresdale, the village, but that'll leave us like half a mile to walk along the road and I can't be bothered, so I'm probably just going to go straight down. Yeah, but look at that for a view. It's absolutely stunning. Like I say, there's other interesting stuff up here as well, like the you know, the walls of the fort. You see here, all these rocks here. This is all part of the fort. And the views out to High Pike there, fantastic. Like, summit looks pretty impressive as well, doesn't it? Very impressive, in fact. So, from the summit of Carrock Fell, that's it, I think. If there's anything interesting on the way down, which I doubt there will be, other than slipping and sliding down that slope, I'll let you know if there's any more. I might do some views on the way down, but we'll see. So, there's the panorama with me in the foreground. There you go, look at that, amazing. Last shot of a crazy dog who thinks he's found something. No pulling, come on this way. Scout, come. A little bit of hands on there. This is quite a scrabbly bit, this, so take a bit of care here, bit of hands on. Come on in, good lad. Definitely worth just taking you to, hey, come back in here. Leave the sheep alone. Now come on, come. Good boy. Whoops. So a lot of loose stuff here, and it's pretty right down this gully. It's a bit like this, so do take care. Come on, Scout. Good boy. Good lad. Stay now. Good boy. You see how steep it is. It's there is foot places here. Well, the steepness of it, there should be a bloody elevator, but there you go. So, trying not to kick any stones down on anybody, especially my little doggy. There's a lot of loose stuff down here though, a lot of loose stuff. And so far, not as bad as I thought it was going to be coming down. I thought it was going to be slipping all over the parish, but then again I am taking care. Hold on fella, hold on son, don't be a gonk. From the point of view of debris, I think coming down this bit of grass slope here will be the more prudent choice. Hold fire, son. Tell you what though, there's plenty of stones that would turn your ankle if you didn't have boots on. Plenty of stones. Quite rough ground. Hold fire, fella, hold fire. Oh dear. I've got a little bit of a sweat on just coming down this. I did say to the bloke that I met on the way up, I said to him, I says, I bet it's harder coming down than it is going up. And to be honest, it's not bloody far off. Hold fire, son. Here, where you going? Come on, here. Here. You're a maniac, aren't you? Yeah, here's a stone coming after you. Yeah, it's very loose in places. That's where the watercourse enters the gully. Nice little waterfall there. Probably get a better view of it from further down here. So we'll just head down here a bit. Ooh. There we go. Yeah, well, I could just plant myself underneath that quite happily. Lovely cool water dripping out here. Like I say, it is a bit hard work coming down. Oh, sugar! A lot of loose stuff. Whoa! Right, slippy bit. So, off that crappy bit now. Oops, he says as he nearly falls on his backside. Yeah, sod's law. So I'm coming to the flatter part here. Hold on, fella. There we go. So it's not over by a long chalk, but I think that was the worst and certainly the most, well, the loosest part anyway. Now we're out of the gully. And we're onto that trod. Can't remember the name of it. I'll probably post that on here. Come on. Come on then. Scout, go. Good boy. You see, it's nothing like, from this tree anyway, it's nothing like the gully. It's just a walk along grass pretty much, apart from the bit next to the scree there as you go over it. So this bit's relatively easy. Mind you, you wouldn't want to fall off it. But I dare say you'd keep going. Hey kid, now come on. Scout! Good boy. Not being mesmerised by them bloody sheep. Honestly. Scout! Come on, keep walking. Want to be off here by 9, man. What's wrong with you? Go on then. Come on. Careful, don't pull. So I think we're over the worst now, pretty much. Come on, Scout. Good boy. Starting to become more of a nice gradient now. Not as steep as further up anyway, and definitely not as loose. Right, come on, good boy. I'm basically just following the path down here. We didn't actually come up this path, we did join it though. We came up some zigzags around the side of the quarry there, so I think this would have probably been an easier way, to be honest. Yeah, certainly straight up anyway. It's from the car, from where I'm parked anyway. Well, you live and learn, I suppose, eh? But I've never been here before, so yeah. What I did was followed that path, that road round, and then sort of zigzagged about the spot. So just so you're aware of that. But it was a lovely evening. Some massive boulders here. Look at this. I'd have liked to have seen that come down. Certainly wouldn't have liked to have been in its way. Aye, come on, the sweat's dripping off me. Pretty hard work coming down there. Then again, I suppose I put my jumper on as well, like, so that'll have had an effect. Come on, kid. So, would I do it again? Absolutely, I would. Carrock Fell summit is lovely. It's definitely worth a look when it's nice weather, that's for sure. And on an evening like this, well, definitely worth a look. And almost certainly if I was on somewhere like High Pike, somewhere like that, I would definitely do a detour and have a look at Carrock Fell, because it is awesome, the summit. But again, coming up this way, it is hard work, you know, climbing that gully especially, and it's hard work on the way down as well if you're coming that way. There is a detour according to what's he call him, Wainwright, which goes round those crags, and you can sort of scramble through the crags and across the top, which I could imagine would be a bit easier. But yeah, but that plod, whatever it's called, I'll put up a banner saying what that is. That plod there, and into the gully, it is difficult, that. And you looking at that, there's a waterfall there, which looks like we've missed out on, but there you go. Can't have everything, I suppose. So here we are, back at the car, pretty much. I set off at 6:15, it's now, well, nearly 8:45. So it was an hour and a quarter on the way up, and 3/4 of an hour on the way down. So yeah, so just some times for you, should you decide to do it yourself. I'm not a fit person by any means. I smoke, I drink. Well, I don't drink as much as I used to, but I still smoke as much. And I'm 52-year-old, so you know, I'm sure people have scarpered up there in less than an hour, but not me, I'm afraid. So, from Carrock Fell, it's goodbye. And if you're watching this on YouTube, thanks for watching.